Morning all, it's Sunday and it's going to be a storm any moment now. I did a 7 mile walk yesterday in a cold wind, regretted that a little bit. I've had a shave 2 days ago, so I've got to have one now. Anyway, let me get on just trying the last of Jeff's wonderful Ariana and Evans sample, which for the last 3 shaves I've been using. I'm just putting on the obligatory People's Pre-Shave, courtesy of Jack's Dapper Shaves. What a good idea it was. Anyway, let me just have a shout out to a few people, because one of the great benefits of straight razor shaving for those endeavouring to get into it is the amount of friends you find, because it's a manly activity, unlike football. Anyway, let me get a decent brush. Yeah, little shout out. So, I've already mentioned Jack's Dapper Shaves, who is a master in the field. Let me also say Devon Jackson, who I'm learning an awful lot about the intricacies of honing with different mediums and in different ways. And Devon is in America. Jax is in South Africa. Jamal, hello Jamal. Jamal is in Beirut in the Lebanon. Gary is UK, same as me. He's up in Nottingham. Obviously we've got people everywhere. So we are really doing very, very well. My American comrades, and there's dozens and dozens and dozens. Dr. Matt, obviously I must mention Dr. Matt Robbins. And I'm going to do a shave today with a razor I actually got from Dr. Matt. It needed a little bit of alteration. He got it from a customer who was a little dissatisfied with it because it did actually have a warp in it, which is very rare on a custom razor, but it did. So anyway, I bought it off Dr. Matt. It still had, unfortunately, a little bit of residual warp still in the blade. So it was my very first custom razor alteration. And I was in great trepidation. In English, I was bricking myself because it's a bloody expensive razor. And I had to rehone it, take the warp out, and it's now on a rather strange, high polished 20K edge, and I haven't used it in months. So I thought I better go and have a go, because copying our Gary, who just did a wonderful shave video using a wedge. It was a Yuri Krivenko, and I'm doing a similar thing today because mine's very much close to being a full wedge. And I shall show you in 2 seconds. Let me put this down. Ooh. Yeah, it's very close. That's it, fall over. Very close to being a full wedge. However, one thing I would say with wedges, the bigger the wedge, I find the easier it is to shave with. Small wedges, like 5/8, 6/8, they're tricky. And frankly, they'll cut you as soon as look at you, just like that. Anyway, let me stop gassing on and show you this rather beautiful Max Spreacher. Now that is as near as, damn it, a wedge. So I think I'm not going to be generous and call it a quarter hollow. It's far more oblique than a quarter hollow. I'm going to call it a full wedge. So let's see, after a good stropping, which I've just given it, how it performs. Not bad at all. Very quiet. Zero feedback. But it's big, and a big wedge, in my opinion, is very, very, very good. You can control the angles. Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. And this is, it did need a fair old bit of stropping, I haven't used it in a while. And I do believe you get a slight degradation in the keenness. But you can hear that's pretty good. I would say you've got to be a little more careful. The one thing I would say is I rather favour, as Gary said, I rather favour half hollows and full hollows. There's more give. But with a big blade like this, you really haven't got to worry. Your direction is found for you, as you can see. Yeah, there's no problem with that at all. Yeah, that's very nice. Modern steel. Yeah. Have you noticed it's got a little beak on it? That's very useful for finding little strange places where you might have odd loose hairs, which I usually have here. The other thing I'd like to mention is I'm watching with great interest the progress of somebody who I'm afraid I'm responsible for putting on towards straight razor shaving, Jeff Smith. And Jeff had a shave this morning and he is so pleased, so happy. And he's done the usual thing. When you're really getting there and you're mastering the art, you can't stop touching his face. It's a sign of having a very good shave. You go, oh my God, that feels good. Let's go across the grain. Keeping a low angle, of course. Yep, that's good. No problems there at all. Let's go against the grain. I've got a bit of thin lather today and it's beginning to dribble onto the tang. Don't want that, do we? So I would, again, to those already are in the know, you don't need me rabbiting on, but if you've got a wet razor tang and you've got wet slimy fingers, don't you think it might increase the risk of an accident? I do. So that's me now, relatively dry fingers. Yeah. This is a good razor. I struggled with it at first. When I say struggle, that's the wrong word. I was in awe, totally in awe of it. It's my first proper wedge from Max Spreacher. As I say, it's no such thing with a mint razor second hand. So this one has been through another gentleman's hands, Matt Robbins, and now me. But this is quality steel. Beautifully tempered. Large but delicate. Across the nails. Yeah, no problems at all. Should we do a strange one? Let's do one of the manoeuvres a lot of people seem to rather prefer for some reason. The Fool's Pass. Which you can push really tight. Yeah, you can see that's bare skin now. A lot of people do it two-handed. Doesn't make much difference really. Two-handed, one-handed, whatever you get used to. There are no firm rules. Yeah, I gotta say that this is doing a really good job. So, can't find any more whiskers there. What a lovely razor. 20k edge. Lots of stropping this morning. I think I gave it 40 on Kaneyama canvas. Might have given it a couple more actually. And about 30, maybe 35 on Kaniyama Horthide leather, the soft polished version. If you've got a slightly more coarse leather, I think it's fine. It's just you don't need to give it quite so many passes on the leather. Anyway, I'll see if I can find any loose bits of stubble. No, they're all gone. See if we can find any on the neck. There's always a couple, isn't there? Yeah, just a couple. If you listen intently, even with a big fella like this, which is, as I say, a wedge with very little feedback, you can still hear the cutting. Yeah. If I had more use out of this, I'd be happy to shave blindfolded. Because although the feedback isn't as noisy, you get used to it, you get to feel it. Anyway, chaps, I think that's enough nonsense out of me. Let's have a little tidy up here. I want to wipe clean in my blade. It's a very high grade item. I've got to say, Max Spreacher does a very good job. But I was watching Gary's shave, and his shave with his Yuri Kravenko wedge was equally good, just as good, probably better. Anyway, there you go, 20k edge, very shiny, look, on a Max Spreacher. And can I feel any irritation? I tell you straight away, I can't feel a thing. Very little point putting the Allen block on, but as it seems to be de rigueur for straight shavers to test afterwards, well, I'll be damned, actually there is. Little tiny bit of irritation under the nose because I did the Fool's Pass good and hard. And that is fine, nothing on the neck, nothing on the cheeks. Wash off the Allen, whatever you do. It's a criminal offence to touch a blade with alum on your fingers. You need to be taken out and thrashed in public, put into the stocks and pelted with rotten fruit, because a good blade does not need alum on it. Anyway, chaps, that's perfection. For any of my new followers, thank you so much. I'm going to do more interesting stuff in the near future. This was just a one blade shave, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.